You wouldn't like me while I'm angry.
Breaking news, breaking mother-upping news. Adam Schefter's reporting it's going to happen right now before this video goes out. And this is going to fit perfectly what we're talking about today. Adam Schefter is reporting the Eagles remain open to trading A.J. Brown. The Patriots remain highly interested in acquiring the star receiver, and conversations are expected to resume shortly on or before June 1st, likely culminating into a deal per league source. As one source said about the Patriots, the pursuit of Brown, they're definitely engaging in them. So this looks like it's going to happen, okay? They go on to say, no matter what happens this week, A.J. Brown trade to the Patriots is still on the table and still tracking to happen on or after June 1st per league source. The two sides have discussed deals, but neither has been willing to commit to it until after June 1st, when Brown's $40 million salary cap charge would split between this and next year. All elements remain in place to make it happen, and Brown to the Patriots is the likely outcome, just not during this week's draft. Per source says it's on hold for now. Things will warm up quickly, and the Eagles remain open to trading Brown. The Patriots remain highly interested in acquiring a star receiver, and conversations are going to continue. It says also that the Eagles are looking for 2027 draft picks and 2028. That is what we need. 2027 first. You know how I feel about trading A.J. Brown. It's not something that I want to do, but it's looking like that's what's going to happen. So, as I state in this video, Howie, you have to hold the line. You have to come out of this with a first-round pick in 2027. You can't allow yourself to not come out with a first-round pick. Otherwise, you are giving him away for pennies on the dollar. A lot has to do with what Roob and Frank said. Roob and Frank puts out his tweet we'll talk about in the video, and it just coincides with this. I think not. Also, on another note, it said that the Eagles are still very much interested in Jonathan Grenard and expect them to make some more trades for this roster. Now, with A.J. Brown and this stuff going on, this video is going to track perfectly, because for me, I've become at the point where I've accepted that he's going somewhere. What I am fighting for, what I argue for, is you have to get something for him. That's exactly what we're talking about. Now, let's get to the rest of this video. This message goes out to Howie Roseman. Hold the line. Hold the line. Do not sell for pennies on the dollar. Dallas still stinks. Yo, by the way, kick things back here, and welcome to draft week. It is Monday, and I'm telling you, I cannot wait for this draft. And, you know, this is a very interesting draft because there is going to be a chance for the Eagles to feast or famine. And there are some major traps that the Eagles and Howie have to avoid. And if you're asking what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. It's the shadow that has been haunting us all off season, that just won't go away, that just won't end. Aren't you Eagle fans sick and tired? Sick and tired of getting ripped off. We've got a media, we've got owners, we've got everybody who wants to tear this team apart. They want to keep the Eagles away from their golden era. Have you ever seen a team actually have a play that they're very good at, and then all of a sudden everybody wants to pass laws so that they can ban that play? Then when teams realize it's been stopped, they no longer care if team does it. The Eagles are targeted so bad by the NFL. It's just the way it is. And I'm very frustrated today. And I got to get this out. So excuse me for this rant on this Monday before the draft. But, something just kind of like really, I hate to use the word, but like that kind of ticked me off a little bit, This comment that apparently was made by Roob and Frank just really bothers me. It set me off, okay? Quote, I still think Howie Roseman wants to trade A.J. Brown, but I'm starting to get the sense he won't be getting a first-round pick in return. He won't be getting a first-round pick in return. So what does that mean? That means that the Eagles are about to give one of their best players up for pennies on the dollar. For pennies on the dollar. I think people in the league and everybody seems to forget who the Eagles are. The Eagles aren't a team in a rebuild. They're not a team that is trying to build something over the next 3-4 years. They're legit Super Bowl contenders that just won it a year ago. And since that Super Bowl, all you've heard was A.J. Brown's going to the Patriots. A.J. Brown's going to the Patriots. A.J. Brown's going to the Patriots. Where did this come from? It came from the media. It came from Patriot fans. And it's been pushed so heavy that I don't know if A.J. Brown had some, moment of thinking he was on a UFO and being abducted by aliens or something. And he bought into, I need to be traded. What do you want to get traded for? All right? You want to catch more balls? Balls across the nose. What are you going to do? So he wants to catch more balls. He wants to be what? The number one guy in the offense? I guess. But you can't tell me his best receiving years weren't with Jalen Hurts. You can't tell me that. You can't tell me that A.J. Brown doesn't have a better chance to play in meaningful games and win Super Bowls with the Eagles than with the New England Patriots. All right? Now, the Eagles, a team that could very easily go back to the Super Bowl. If, you get this A.J. Brown stuff straight, you get yourself an edge rusher, you get your offensive line retooled, you get some guys back that are healthy, all of a sudden, guess what? They're back in the Super Bowl. But no, we're supposed to sell this guy and trade him for pennies on the dollar. Are you kidding me? This is a no-go. No. And I trust Howie. I trust Howie not to bend the knee. Do not give in to this crap. Do not do it. These guys, when players get traded and teams get multiple middle round picks or even a second round pick. You know how many times we've seen teams trade for a player and those picks that they made become nothing? Become nothing. All right? Nothing is guaranteed. All right? And the way I see it is if A.J. Brown wants to get traded, the Eagles don't want to get rid of him. They shouldn't. Even if he's a pain in the butt. Unless I get a 2027 first round pick. All right? Speaking of picks, Prize Picks is America's #1 sports picks app. The best place to win cash while watching sports. The app is really easy to use. Just pick more or less on a few player stats and lock up your lineup. Prize Picks is also available in most states, including California, Texas, Florida. So if you're new, download the app, use code HMA, and play your first $5 entry, and you'll instantly get $50 in lineups. Now, here, let me show you what I got planned for today. All right, guys, I'm filming more NFL season plays. Look at this. Ashton Genty, over 974.5 yards. And then, look, another steal. We got to take advantage of these. Bijan Robinson, over 1,124.5 yards. Let's lock those two in. And this is a great easy play. So those are my picks for today, and I'm confident in this lineup. But remember, hey, nothing is guaranteed, especially in sports. And also, don't forget, download the app, using code HMA. Play your first $5 entry and you'll instantly get $50 in lineups. The link is in the description. Check it out. And also, you can follow me at Prize Picks app at YoPhilly500 to see my lineups and follow along with my picks live. Play responsibly. Let's have some fun. And a big thanks to Prize Picks for sponsoring today's video. Don't forget, use promo code HMA. Play $5 to get $50 in the lineup instantly. The link is in the description. Shout out to Prize Picks. And I know this is a little bit of a rant today, but it's just got to be said. All right, it's got to be said because the people that want to get rid of A.J. Brown, even Eagle fans that they want to get rid of him so bad that they're willing to just get nothing for him. You're talking about creating a major hole in your offense that none of the receivers on this roster can fill. All right, I don't look at Devontae Smith and say, well, he replaces A.J. Brown. He doesn't. A.J. Brown is already with Devontae Smith. So you can't look at Devontae Smith and try to say that he's the difference and he's why they could trade. But no, they have A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith. If you get rid of A.J. Brown, you don't have Devontae Smith and Devontae Smith. You have nobody and Devontae Smith. This never ends well. All right, and look, I've said this 1,000 times. I don't want to move him. But this isn't about that. All right, I've also come to the conclusion and to the fact that there's a really good chance he's going to get traded. All right, so this isn't about whether we should or whether we shouldn't. This is about getting value for the player, getting value and protecting this roster and making sure that this team going forward is not getting screwed, especially by the Patriots, Boston, them stinking Celtics. I hate them stinking Celtics. I hate that team. But they beat the crap out of Sixers. We're their bitch when it comes to basketball. Now I'm supposed to give our players away? We just kicked their ass in the Super Bowl a few years ago. I'm not doing it. The Eagles are a playoff Super Bowl contender. You don't sell players, your stars, for pennies on the dollar. People say, well, he's 29 years old. Yeah, he's 28 years old right now. He'll be 29 in what? What is it? Let me see. He'll be 29 in June 30th. So he's going to play all year this coming year at 29 in his 20s. All right. If Waddle could go for a first and a third, how many years older is AJ than Waddle? Maybe a year and a half. I'm guessing. I don't know. 2 years at most. A.J. Brown's got good 3 years left. The Eagles must get something out of this if they move him. You have to get a first-round pick in return. You do, or a player. But it has to be a good player. Okay, you have to not. This isn't whether you like A.J. Brown or not. This is about getting value for what he's worth. Okay, and the teams that say, well, he wants out and he's a problem, blah blah blah. Okay, if you think that and you don't think he's worth the first-round pick, we'll keep him. And you know what? To me, A.J. Brown playing this year is more valuable to me than him giving us a second-round pick. Let's say, if it's a second-round pick. Do not give the Patriots anything. Do not. I'm so sick and tired of all these teams, getting over on us. Like sometimes I feel like we're always getting screwed. The whole push thing, right? You have that whole thing. Then you look, you win the Super Bowl, you beat the Patriots. You have a really good offensive coordinator in Frank Reich. What happens? The Patriots offensive coordinator who takes the job, decides that he doesn't want it last second. They take the Eagles offensive coordinator. What about Jonathan Gannon? Jonathan Gannon didn't do shit the week before Super Bowl. He was looking for houses in Arizona. The Arizona Cardinals were tampering. There was no investigation, nothing. The Eagles lose out on that. I'm so sick of losing out on all these things. Why is it that we've got to pay a third-round pick for Jalen Phillips? We seem to pay max value and overpay, and then we get least in return. And that's like the expected thing. You cannot lose A.J. Brown for less than a first-round pick in 2027. You get that first-round pick in 2027, we're in the game, all right? We're going to be all right. But you don't, it's bad, okay? I think that the Eagles have to be extremely cautious because if they're moving A.J. or they're planning on moving A.J., the feeling is let's go out and let's replace him right now. And you don't want to. You don't want to make first-round picks and decisions on need over talent. It never works out. It hasn't worked out for Howie in the past, and he can't do it again. This statement by Roob and Frank, and I know it's just a statement he don't even know, but I always feel like these guys put out statements like that, and then they always know something, and then they put that out there to seem like they're smarter. I'm not saying Roob and Frank is doing that. I'm just saying, to me, you know, there's smoke, there's fire, and I'm not giving him up for not a first-round pick. I've got to get a first-round pick. Otherwise he stays. And you all say, well, he doesn't want to be there. Do you think I care? Do you think I care? You think I care that he wants to be there or not? In terms of, you know, everyday people, how many of you want to go to your job and love it and it's the place you want to work and you're living exactly where you want to live and blah, 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 blah. You know, it's welcome to the real world, A.J. Brown. Everybody, millions and millions of people do it every day and they don't make the salary you make. I don't feel bad for him if he plays in Philly one more year. 17 weeks. This is horrible. This is horrible. I'm making millions of dollars and going and winning Super Bowls. God, how hard do I have it? I don't feel bad. Go out and play. Play one more year, play good, and then you go, we'll move you. Or the Patriots, if they really think that they got balls and they want to win, then come prove it to us. Trade that first-round pick. You really believe in your quarterback? You believe in your team? Show us. You know? Eagles have an opportunity this week to get back this offensive line into the right way, get a new safety, get this team ready so we're ready to go back to the Super Bowl. We don't need to be trading guys and losing talent for pennies on the dollar because people don't like a guy's attitude. I don't care. If the Eagles players like him, the front office likes him, which is what everybody says and which is the narrative, so I have to assume it's true, then there's no need to. Unless you get the value, you get a first-round pick. See, the thing that people have to understand, especially Patriot fans and other fan bases, if you want somebody we don't want to move, you're gonna have to sweeten the deal for us to get there. So maybe you're right. A 29-year-old player shouldn't get a first-round pick. Well, guess what? We didn't want to move him anyways. That's why we gave him an extension a few years ago. So if you want to take him, you're going to have to pay the piper. Howie, hold the line. Do not cave to this. This is madness. You keep AJ, or you make sure you get a first-round pick in 2027. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. Of course, don't be a dingbat. Remember, it's Howie Vision. We're all just living in it. I've read your comments. I'm reading them right now. I see all the comments from this video. I see that one. I'm a moron. I'm stupid. Fat 500, you fat piece of butterbean crap. You have to butter your hips to get in the door. You don't know what you're talking about. Thank God you don't run the words. I hear all that stuff, and what I want to say is this. I don't care. I don't care what you say about me. I'm right. Howie, hold the line. Denzel Washington, out. That's all, folks.
The brother screwed us.